Welcome back to ATL Day Ones. I am Tenitra. That is Jarvis. And we appreciate you guys for being exactly who you are, our number one supporters, our ride or dies. And how do we know? Because you guys continue to download this podcast wherever you download your podcast and give us 5-star reviews. That's what you keep doing. We appreciate you. And of course, appreciate you guys going to YouTube and getting us over that 3,000 hump. We are 3,000, 3,100, almost 3,200 and counting for the Locked On Sports Atlanta network. So again, appreciate you guys for that. And listen, we always appreciate the fact that Jarvis and I have not really had to put on our coach speak translator hats in a couple seasons. But there was some interesting commentary that came out of Flowery on Wednesday that we thought, this might be a reason to dig a little further. So I'm going to give you a quote, Jarvis, from
Hmm.
Coach Arthur Smith on Desmond Ridder, and you have to tell me what exactly do you think it means. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be hard on Desmond because he's a good player and he can take that kind of coaching. That's what Falcons coach Arthur Smith said after the Jets game. He understands, meaning Ridder, we're not waiting on him as a rookie, like we're trying to speed him up. What is that about?
The first thing that came to mind when I read or when I hear this quote is, "What you mean by that? What you talking about, Willis?" Like, okay, why do you want to speed him up? That's the first thing. That's the second question that comes to mind. So when you think about that, I believe that if you look at the first part of that, he said he's a good player. So he
Hmm.
understands, they understand, the Falcons understand what they have in Desmond Ridder. And I'm
Yes,
thinking I'm almost kind of on board with how they feel about him as well.
agree.
I just feel like I need to see it just a little bit more. I want to see some more in-game action from him before I kind of jump on that bandwagon. 'Cause Lord knows how I felt about Ridder before coming into the season. But I think that when you hear a head coach who is also the play caller as
Hmm.
well, say something like that, I can't help but to think that at some point
Hmm.
he wants to be able to say, you know what? If I put Desmond Ridder in this game,
Hmm.
more than likely I'm gonna get exactly what I'm getting from Marcus Mariota, and there's
Yes.
potential for growth there.
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
what you want to see because
Love
essentially,
that.
we heard all the comparisons with
Hmm.
Desmond Ridder coming to the league. He was being his pro comp was Marcus Mariota. So I
Yes.
think that if there's a potential for you to get the same exact thing that you can get from Marcus Mariota, veteran who's been in the league for what six,
Hmm.
7 years, I mean 7 years
Hmm.
or so, I think that that's a no brainer for
Yeah.
me as a coach. If I was being a coach, I'm thinking like if I can get the same thing I can get from a rookie, might as well go and get the rookie so I can get him in there, get that necessary experience, and then shut up all these conversations about the Falcons drafting C.J. Stroud in 2023.
Hmm. Right. And I really like the comment as well because, yeah, we saw and a lot of people replayed the video of Coach really going in on Desmond during the game. But
Yes,
what
Lord,
I loved
very
about it
animated.
is Ritter bounced back like it was nothing and just kept it moving. So
Yep.
he can receive that feedback and then actually put it into action sooner rather than later. And that's what you need to see. You need to see that maturity that we all thought we saw when we met him first on draft night and then, in rookie mini camp or what have you. But now we're in a game day situation, regardless of if it's preseason, it's still coming at him quickly, right? And he was able
Hmm.
to take that and do something with it. So I thought that was very good, especially because I felt like the game actually slowed down just a bit for him from game one to game two. And that goes back to what we all thought from the beginning, which is this is a highly intelligent guy with a very high football IQ that is eager to show it and is eager to kind of learn and grow. So yeah, when I look back at that, Arthur Smith is no nonsense, and I think it actually pleases him that he's got a guy that can receive that and keep it moving, and a guy that's not afraid for his progression to be sped up as opposed to say, okay, we're going into the season knowing that this guy is going to literally ride the pine all 17 games. But speaking of that, if you're riding the pine, that means you are not the number one and you are not the best. But we know on this show that Coffee AM is the best, and our king of Coffee AM will let you know why.
Kang here. Coffeeam.com/locked on. That is the website. Now I'm about to tell you why you need to go there. Now, I've always talked about how I get up early in the morning. I like to get my workout on. So when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you need a little pick me up. I got the perfect scenario. When Coffee AM sent that little care package to the house, the first thing that I opened up to was those Kenya K-Cups. Oh my goodness. You talking about taking a trip to Africa in the morning? Woo! Might make your head blow up. I absolutely love it. It is one of the best small batch coffee roasters in the entire country. I need you to understand what I just said. Best small batch coffee roaster in the entire country. I barely could even say it. You see how I messed up? Almost messed up on that bad boy. But I think this is something that you need to go check out, right? Because they got all type of, coffees, teas, and gift sets. And, Coffee AM has a very special deal that they're doing just for you as a listener and viewer. So listen up. You see my voice now. It's starting to change. So that means you need to pay attention and put your ear closest to the speaker or closer to the TV screen as you possibly can. Go to coffeeam.com/locked on and drop in the coupon code box locked on, and you're going to get 15% off your first purchase. That's just for you. That's the special just listening to us and watching us. What else is there to do? So I know you're sold. So I know once you finish listening and watching us, go to coffeeam.com/locked on, drop in the coupon code box locked on, and you're going to get 15% off. And go ahead and pull up on the best small batch coffee roaster in the entire country.
And yeah, like Jarvis said, it's a no-brainer to go after Coffee AM, but a head scratcher with something we both read and kind of said, okay, maybe we need to understand the definition of success. So, of course, like we have told you guys, this is list season for at least another 2 or 3 weeks.
At least about a week and a half. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can start
until
throwing
the
them out in a week and a half.
starts and until the NFL season starts as well. So we're going to hit you guys with some lists or some reactions to lists. Now, our friends over at ESPN dropped an article just yesterday about the 5 teams in the league that were going to regress, including my beloved Steelers. So forget you. Also the Titans, as well as the Falcons. Now, we're here to talk about the Falcons and not my beloved black and yellow. Now, the Falcons, the guy said, Barnwell said, they were a competent team with terrible luck in 2020, but then going back to 2021, he said they had incredible luck in getting to 7-10 because of things like the fact that no 7-win team in the history of the league, heck, no 6-win team when it was 16 games, had ever posted a worse point differential. And that was literally, they were outscored by 146 points or 8.6 points per game. However, this was the interesting thing that I thought for me, Jarvis, and again, you guys, hey, we appreciate you guys dropping your comments in the comment section. Let us know what your thoughts are. He actually said that he thought that this season was going to be worse for the team because he feels like at the end of the day, and he uses like this geometric Pythagorean theorem, by the way, for his
Lord.
expectation this expectation for a team that falls an average of 2.3 wins. So that's his gauge, right, Jarvis? That that the Falcons are going to, because of the loss of Matt Ryan, because of the uncertainty of what the O line is going to be, et cetera, that this team is not even going to make it to 7 wins this year. Here's my question, Jarvis, because we don't have to always talk about it in terms of wins or losses, but what would be your definition of success? If it's not wins, well, what is it?
You know what? I go back to the comments that Arthur Smith made
Mm-hmm.
when he started talking about, hey, we got to speed up this process. I'm not going to treat you like a rookie quarterback. I'm going to
Yes.
be hard on you. Yeah, and I see that you can take that. So I'm going to continue to be hard on you so you can be
Mm-hmm.
better and do what I need you to do. And what defines success for the Falcons in 2022?
Mm-hmm.
If they find out that Desmond Ridder can be the face of this franchise for the next 10 years, look out.
Yeah.
Because here's why I say that. Because Arthur Smith is a very good play caller.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I say that is because he puts his quarterbacks in situations where it's easy. The open man is going to be easy to find because his
Mm-hmm.
scheme, he gets guys. That's why I say the running game is going to be so important for them this year. If they're able to get
Mm-hmm.
that going, and then they can do the play action and getting those rollouts. But that's why they wanted the mobile quarterback, so they can get them on the edge of the defense because when you got a mobile quarterback and you have a decent running game, it just opens up the offense for you, and it puts the
Mhm.
defense on their heels because you get into the point where essentially it's one read and go. Like if it's not there, boom, check down or take off running. And guess what taking off
Mhm.
running does? That helps your running game. So it's just so many different factors that Arthur Smith puts into place when you have a mobile quarterback this year. So I think that if the Falcons find out that, Desmond Ridder is that guy,
Mhm.
the Falcons going to be on to something because I think Arthur Smith is an excellent play caller, and I think
Mhm.
he understands his roster makeup, and he uses it accordingly each and every Sunday.
Right. And I think success would also be defined by if the defense makes incremental steps based on where they were last year. And yeah, we
Right.
all say can't get any worse than 18 sacks, right? But
No
I
doubt.
always think dig down a little bit deeper because it's not always just about sacks. Are we getting pressure to the quarterback, right? Is the quarterback getting hit? Is the game plan and the scheme of Dean Pease, which now he said he can go into the treasure chest and use all 100% of what he has there, does
Right.
that alter the game calling of the other team, whether it's that team in game or whether it's the teams going down the road, because the talent has shown that they're able to do what he wants them to do. And again, no offense to Deion Jones, because certainly we don't know if he's going to stay or if he's going to go. But now that Dean Pease has slowly but surely shifted to a different kind of linebacker in the 3-4 scheme that he primarily uses as base, but we know, of course, that he hybrids everything. So there's that.
Indeed.
I think that if we can just see the numbers uptick higher, if you will, and show that, hey, he's got the talent that we think he has, then it goes back to what you said. That gives the opportunity for the offense to do what they want to do as well. So that kind of works hand in hand because if that defense is getting after the quarterback and doing what it's supposed to do, or even stopping the run game, then that gives the offense an opportunity not to be on its heels where it's coming back from some type of big time deficit where you're seeing them outscored at the end of the season by 146 points. So when we come back, speaking of things that we like, things that we want to see, and what we think is actually the definition of success, we will talk to you guys about that. And we'll talk to you guys about something that makes us really happy here in the ATL. It'll be in For the Culture on the other side.